Leanne, what is your pick this week?
Okay, Ash, so bear with me. If you like Selena Gomez, or if you don't like Selena Gomez, watch Selena plus Chef on HBO Max. Now, there are quite a few episodes that you can stream right now, but then they're dropping a few more every Thursday. Basically, I'm going to preface this by saying I've never had anything against Selena Gomez. I was just never her biggest fan. I didn't really follow her acting too much. I thought her music was sometimes catchy. She had a few bops in there, but I thought that people always focused too much on the fact that she was either Justin Bieber's ex or Taylor Swift's bestie. So this is my first time that I've ever really gotten to see a program that's just with Selena. And the fact that this is the first socially distanced quarantine show that HBO Max and many other streaming networks are giving us, and it is fantastic, makes me really excited. Selena has said repeatedly she is an awful cook. She has no idea what she's doing. So just like the rest of us during quarantine, she's really trying to hone her skills. So she has cameras set up in her kitchen where she's essentially Zooming or Skyping with a professional chef, and they're walking her through some pretty intense meals. And it is so funny and so endearing, and it's made me become such a huge fan of hers.
Whoa. Wait. You're like, whoosh.
Oh, this is on fire!
Sorry.
My favorite thing about this series is that for every chef that teaches her, she then, combined with HBO Max, donates $10,000 to the charity of their choice.
I like seeing her highlighted as a person because I think she is a really good human.
Yeah.
And a funny human.
Yes. So this really just kind of changed my whole perception of her. It's made me go from having no feelings to her to really, really loving her. So definitely stream this one. It's such an easy binge, and it will inspire you to get into the kitchen and cook up a little fun yourself. Ash, what is your this pick this week?
Okay, you know I can't get off my Hamilton kick, so I'm doing another comparison to Hamilton. If you like Hamilton and you are interested in more historical retellings, this show is just canceled and I'm absolutely devastated. Watch Drunk History.
This is the best ever. I cannot wait for this episode.
It's a Comedy Central show, but it's available on Hulu all the seasons. And it was initially a Funny or Die series that launched in 2007, but it was picked up by Comedy Central in 2013. So it's been around for a long time. The premise, if you haven't watched, is that Derek Waters gets drunk with a guest star.
I feel like I could puke tonight.
And the guest star will study up on this story from history and then retell it while intoxicated. And then actors will reenact and lip sync their retelling as the narrator completely stumbles through it.
How dare these people think that they can use mob mentality to overrule? None of these words are words that have ever come out of my mouth.
And they were in pre-production and everything, and the pandemic hit, and now Comedy Central is apparently pivoting towards more like adult animation, so they've canceled this, but it was particularly great about, centering queer history and underrepresented stories, and it almost always nailed their castings. They had trans actors tell trans stories, disabled actors telling disabled stories, and so on and so forth. And I think it has a really great rewatchability. This is something that I would want my history teacher to roll into my classroom in high school and just show me, because I watch it and I'm like, I didn't know that. And then I'm in a Wikipedia hole for the rest of the night. So my top 3 picks for this one, if you want to get into drunk history, you're interested, is the Hamilton episode. So normally the episodes have 3 little stories throughout, but Lin-Manuel Miranda did a full Hamilton episode. Harriet Tubman leads an army of bad bitches. That's the name of the episode. Octavia Spencer plays Harriet Tubman. You will learn more about Black history in the first 5 minutes of this episode than you probably ever did in school. Very, very well told. And then Marsha P. Johnson sparks the Stonewall Riots. We've all heard the Stonewall Riots. This one features Alexandra Gray and Trace Lysette. And it's the story about when the New York police raided the Stonewall Inn in 1969, and trans activist Marsha P. Johnson stood up, threw a shot glass, and stood up for civil rights.
And she smashed that against the mirror and said, "I got my civil rights." She had enough that motherfucking day. Bow down.